can I read you some of the names of these bowl games?
Yes.
The Cricket Celebration Bowl, a guaranteed rate bowl. What does that mean? What rate are you guaranteeing? A Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. Diddy should not be anywhere near this.
Is Chipotle on here?
I don't think Chipotle's on here.
They make real life bowls. Why do they not have a bowl game? What happened to the game I love, bro?
We might just get hit with the Rico.
Another day. Another dollar. It is the month of December. This isn't our first December episode, isn't it? This is.
I think it is.
No, I know that our last episode definitely dropped in December.
But we didn't. So does that count as a December episode?
That's a good question. A question I don't have answers for, nor do I have the capacity to dive into that. Welcome back to another episode of the Play for Keeps podcast. I'm your host, Greg Goods.
I am your host, Jackson.
Damn. This nigga still won't.
Bro, I told you, I thought about changing it and then I forgot.
He still won't. He still won't say his last name, bro. Say it, bro.
Bro, it doesn't matter.
Bro, say it, yo.
I realized that you can look me up now and find me, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is weird. It's a very weird feeling, especially as somebody who's not famous.
Oh yeah, you're a Googleable person.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Look, bro, just give it up, yo. Just say the last name.
No,
it's not even that bad for real. Yo. If it don't even matter for real, I'll just say it, yo.
Anywho, Greg, how have you been?
Bro, look, it's a countdown. It's cool. I'm doing good. It's an off day. Finna go see Godzilla tonight.
Oh, I saw that yesterday.
You fuck with it? It was cool.
Yeah.
I've been hearing a lot of good reviews. I'm
not gonna lie though, I did not know it was in Japanese. I did not know that. But now this last one, it was good. Objectively, it was a good movie. It was very, very tough.
How about you, man?
I am doing horribly. I'm annoyed. I'm perturbed. This is an annoying day. But other than that, everything's perfectly fine.
Hey man, look. I was annoyed yesterday and the day before. I will say that. Those are some rough times. Rough times at the job. I ain't gonna lie to you. But nigga, who you telling? Oh. Haven't said this in a minute. The Play for Keeps podcast. The only podcast where we do something different every single day. And I'm gonna be a little different today. I'm gonna be a little different today. I'm gonna see if my podcast host catches on to what I try to do today. And we're just gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna end my turn. Right there. Go ahead, take it away, Jack.
All right, I can guarantee you, I'm not finna catch on to whatever he's talking about.
Hey, yes, sir. Yes, you will. At some point, you will.
Okay.
At some point, you will.
But anyway, it's sort of been I don't know. I feel like it's been a slowish, quietish week, maybe, sort of, kind of. But we got to talk about, I feel like we haven't done it in a while. We got to talk about college football, a real in-depth thing, because the season's officially over. I mean, the regular season, we still got the 125,000 bowl games and the playoffs to worry about, but the regular season is over. And Greg, looking back on this college football season, those 4 weeks where we all cared about Colorado will go down in history. It felt like the BET Awards every single night. Everybody was at the game. Key Glock was at the games, and Offset was at the games. Offset was having the best weekend of his life at the Colorado game. It's just been Colorado. I know we stopped caring about you, but I'll never forget those 4 weeks.
Those was some of the most elite 4 weeks on Twitter, on social media.
Mm-hmm.
You had real life people contemplating buying Colorado gear in real time.
You have people
It
buying
was
Colorado tickets to go up there in that cold weather, surrounded by all them people.
had real life people staying up 2 a.m., 2:30 in the morning, watching Colorado, and then
No,
talking about it at work the next day.
no, we never cared. I've never cared about anything the state of Colorado has done, honestly. So, but we'll never forget those 4 weeks, because after those 4 weeks, it got rough for Colorado, and they finished the season with a whopping record of 4-8. Now, 4-8, that's not a good record, but it's 4 times the amount of wins they had the season before. So,
Oh God.
progress, I
Oh
guess.
God.
Now, since the season ended, Colorado, it's been sort of tough for them because they recently lost 3 of their biggest recruits. Although today they did sign the number 1 offensive tackle recruit in the upcoming class. So praise God. I know Shedeur Sanders he would do a backflip right now if his back wasn't broken. Because if you didn't know, Shedeur Sanders broke his back, and that's why he didn't finish the season for Colorado. Now, like I said, Colorado, they've been having some rough times, and they lost 3 recruits, 3 of their bigger recruits. And you can wonder why, like, why is Colorado losing recruits? Everybody likes Deion. It's because Deion, he'll go to the media and say stuff like this. And he said this verbatim. This is not the school where you are going to run up an NIL bag. Now, why you would say that, and your son is the top NIL earner in all of college football, I don't know. But yeah, that's going to turn off some recruits. So he's losing some recruits. He's losing some coaches. But hopefully they bounce back next season. I'm somewhat excited to see what they do next season, but I'm sort of wary as well. What do you think about that?
The first thing I gotta get off, I ain't gonna lie. The first when you said Shedeur Sanders about his back, the first thing I thought about was that Mike Tyson. I broke my back. My back. My back is broken. Spinal. Oh man! Shout out to that boy Mike, man. Oh, to bring it back in, we were ahead of the curve when it came to the Colorado. We knew that we probably said 4 to 6 games. We probably I don't know.
Honestly,
we didn't say nothing crazy because we were stuck on the fact that people were saying 2, 1, 3, and I was like, if they get to 6, that's a really good improvement because you'll be bowl eligible by 6. Mm-hmm. But 4 would be an improvement. We said anything more than 2 is going to be an improvement because the only
anything over 1 is an improvement. They quadrupled the number of games.
So I wasn't really when the hype died down, I was like, all right, bet, cool. Like, this is probably where they need to be anyway. If they had a better O-line, they probably would have won 2 or 3 of them games. I think that the problem that, not necessarily it made me wary, but it was just like a learning curve for them, was the fact that, like, they'll be up. They were supposed to beat Stanford. They were up like 29-0 at halftime. Shedeur is promoting merch on this stuff at halftime via social, and you end up losing. It's like, it's a bad look.
Very bad look.
It's an extremely bad look. I can't even slice it and dice it any worse than that. But I know next year, I was always prepared for next season.
Yeah, like you said, we were ahead of the curve. We knew they wasn't going to go crazy this year. Although they do have, like Shedeur, he looked way better than we thought. Travis Hunter was also way better than we thought. And I think he also just won an award for like being the most versatile college football player ever. Not ever, but this season. Yeah. And I mean, it's warranted because he was cold off. He was a cold receiver and a cold DB. So
yeah, I knew Travis Hunter was going to be a dog. Like, whatever Travis Hunter was doing, that never surprised me. It was always Shedeur that kind of was like, okay, he can handle it. But I already knew what time it was once they faced when they faced Oregon. I was like, okay, yeah, all right. Even though they ain't got Travis Hunter, it was like, okay, I'm prepared for next year. I'm prepared for next season. I'm prepared for next season to see what they got going on. Once they get the offensive line, because I'm literally seeing Shedeur run for his life. Like, legit run for his life. That's why he messed up his back. But yeah, there's nothing really wary because there's always been like people leaving Colorado. Even when he first came in there, was talking reckless. He got all them losers up out of there anyway, because that's what they were. They were losers, Jax. They were 1-11.
And
They were losers.
Yeah. It's no. I was trying to think of a nicer way to, but there's no other. Yeah, but hey, now hopefully next season they could be winners, and hey, we will see. We will see.
The bags are still Louis. I'm looking forward to the roster that he brings up. I don't think Deion needs to change anything personally. Shador just gotta win games so he can do what he, you can't do what you do as Shador Sanders and lose. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
you can't be.
We can't hold up the
like
watch.
Yeah, you can't do that and then lose, because then it's like
But I will say next season for Colorado and Shador specifically, like a lot of the blame, he didn't get really any of the blame this season because we all knew, Colorado, they have a bad line, they have a bad defense, they're probably going to be a bad team. So he was able to escape a lot of that blame. So next season, hopefully, when they get a better line on both sides of the ball, Shador can produce more. And if they don't, we're going to have some real conversations. But that's for another time.
There's a double-edged sword. If there's any critique I had of Shador, is that he holds the ball way too damn long. He holds the ball way too long. But we'll see.
Yeah. And also one last thing about Shador. Greg, do you know how many yards rushing Shador Sanders had this season?
I know now because you told me. Was it negative 77 or something like that?
That in college football, sacks are taken out of quarterback's rushing numbers. So Shador, even though he ran the ball 111 times, he only gained negative 77 yards. So that's just a testament to how bad their line was this season. And like we said, hopefully they bounce back.
Oh boy, all yards. He in debt. That shit crazy.
But we got to move on from Colorado to some real football, real college football with real powerhouses. Because the college football playoffs, not just got released, but the teams in the college football playoffs were released. And we have Michigan as the 1 seed, Washington as the 2 seed, Texas as the 3 seed, and none other than the Alabama Crimson Tide as the 4 seed. And this brought a lot of controversy because there's 2 teams in Texas and Alabama who both have a loss, and there's 1 team outside the playoffs in Florida State who went completely undefeated, and that's just a little messed up if I say so myself.
Look, I know they got Hoed. They got Hoed tremendously. You go undefeated and can't crack the top 4, you got Hoed. At the same time,
to say this though, not to cut you off, but Florida State, the team who went undefeated, they were basically in the top 4 teams the entire season until this final week when they were taken out of the playoffs.
Hey, look, y'all got Hoed. I can't sugarcoat it for you, bro. You got Hoed. But as somebody that's in television and understands how this goes, hey, who gives a fuck? Who cares? If Jordan Travis was there, we would be having a totally different conversation. They would be solidified at 3. And I think that the injuries to not only your first string quarterback, but your second string quarterback, that definitely played a huge factor into their decision. And I feel like that bailed out a lot of people that had to make real life decisions about the top 4. I felt like if Jordan Travis was there, then it would have gotten real uncomfortable on, are you going to put Bama or Texas or Georgia or whoever it was? You gave them a bailout by having Jordan Travis injured. But I still think they got it right. I don't care.
I did not think they got it right because
who want to see that?
You want the best 4 teams in college football. But that's what they say. That's why they ended up taking out Florida State because, like I said, Florida State, they were ranked in the top 4 all season with their starting quarterback Jordan Travis. Then he broke his leg, and then his backup got concussed the game after. So they're playing with their third string quarterback. So the college football playoff committee was like, you know what? This team, they're not really one of the best 4 teams in football. Let's just go ahead and kick him out the playoffs, which is what they did. But I still don't think they got it right. I think Georgia should for sure be in the playoffs. I don't know who they should replace, but I think Georgia should be in the playoffs.
Well,
No. They should replace Michigan because I don't think Michigan is good. Like, yes, they're undefeated. I don't care. I don't think Michigan is good, bro. It's something about Michigan I don't know why, but like, it's just something about Michigan I just don't like. I can't figure it out, and it's always been like this.
Damn, you don't like Harbaugh? That's crazy.
No, I like Harbaugh. Harbaugh, he's weird, but he's cool. But like, I don't know. It's just something about the team. Maybe it's the colors. I don't know. It just bothers me with Michigan.
I'll say this. Michigan. You can tell. All I'm gonna say is, you can tell that they tried their best to put the 4 best teams in there. Because when Alabama got at number 4, you saw Michigan's faces and their reaction to that. Oh yeah. You can't say that Alabama not a top 4 team if that's the reaction you finna have.
Yeah.
Georgia, I don't care that they didn't make it because you lost to somebody that look. It is a crazy drop. You dropped from 1 to whatever you was.
I think they're like 6 now or something. They're 5 or 6.
5 or 6, and you lost to an 8th seed. I get it, but y'all had Stetson Bennett like 2 years. Like, you had that old man playing football, and all your quarterbacks look like Stetson Bennett. I'm tired of seeing Georgia in there anyway. Like, it doesn't have the same aura. Because I mean, you can argue that they were one of the 4 best teams. You know, they were good enough. But, you know, look, who cares? I wanted Texas in there. And there was no way they were going to be able to convince us that Alabama could be in there. And without putting Texas in there when Texas beat Alabama.
That's true.
This season. It was impossible. And I don't really be riding for UT like that. But at the same time, there was just no way. There was no way. So they was like, you know what? 3-4. F it. But you know, as long as Michael Penix is in there,
yeah,
the real best quarterback in the prospect in this upcoming draft class. Real QB1.
Talk about it.
Real Durag boy.
Real bars.
Real spitter. Man. Look, dry in the face, no tears, no nails.
No nails. I was like, wait, did he just?
I'm messing around, but yeah.
But no, to keep it on the college football playoff a little bit longer, the matchups, it'll be Michigan versus Alabama in the Rose Bowl and Washington versus Texas in the Sugar Bowl. Who do you think is going to win those games?
You talking about the first round?
Yeah.
Man, that's tough because I really do want, if I'm being honest, like, I've been rooting for like Michael Penix to like win this all. Like, I wanted Washington. I don't even like Washington, but I wanted Michael Penix to win it. Mm-hmm. But they are playing UT. I wish they would have played like UT like in the championship or something. But I think Alabama beats Michigan. I just don't. I don't trust Michigan. I don't trust Michigan at all, bro. I don't. They literally one of them teams says I gotta see it to believe it. I don't care what seed you are. And then on the other side, it really can be a coin flip. I've been very like critical of not wanting to see Quinn Ewers play football because I wanted to see Arch Manning. But he has been balling. I'm not finna sit here and say he wasn't balling. He's been doing his thing. He's a baller. I ain't gonna hold you. I still think Washington pulls it out. Still think Washington pulls it out as long as both. Michael Penix did his job, and that was to not get Bo Nix in this playoffs. He did his job. I'm hold that for that man.
Hold that thought on Bo Nix because we're gonna talk about Bo Nix.
Oh, you finna cook this?
But I think personally, for the Rose Bowl with Michigan versus Bama, I think Bama's going to stomp Michigan out and spit on their graves because I said, I don't think Michigan is good, and they're a team that likes to run the ball, and running the ball on Alabama, an SEC team, stop it. And also, I don't trust J.J. McCarthy either as a quarterback. And then for the Sugar Bowl, Washington versus Texas, that game's gonna be a shootout no matter what.
That's gonna be good.
That game's gonna be a shootout. We say this now, it's gonna be 3-0 on some like terrible stuff. But in that game, I think Texas is gonna end up pulling it out. Even though I want Michael Penix to win, but I think Texas is gonna win because that Texas versus Bama rematch is gonna hit like crack in the 80s. Because I remember last time Texas and Bama played the national championship in 2009 when Colt McCoy got hurt, and they put in Garrett Gilbert, and Garrett Gilbert embarrassed himself on national television, and Bama destroyed them. And this is Texas' last year in the Big 12, and they're going to the SEC next year, so it's going to be a good setup to like a potential rivalry. So I think the refs might help a little bit with that one.
Do you know where the championship is being held? Like what city or what's
like the championship game?
Yeah.
None other than Houston, Texas.
Oh my God. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think we have the infrastructure
not at all
for a Bama Texas championship. I'm gonna be honest with you. That is, oh my God.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. I'm just now kind of processing that in real time. That's a fire hazard.
It's gonna get wicked. It's going to get wicked.
Oh, they need at bare minimum. You can't have a playoff without somebody from the South. You gotta have somebody from the South at all times. So
because all the best football players come from the South,
specifically Texas.
Yeah, we don't want to hear about Florida. We don't want to hear about California.
Georgia. We don't want to hear about none of that.
Louisiana, shut up.
We don't care.
The best football players come from Texas, and y'all know this.
Specifically in the Dallas area. The Dallas region should be going crazy with the football. I ain't gonna hold you. You got some Houston people, but Dallas.
I feel like
well, like not Dallas, but like in the region, like their DFW, Garland, all that, you know.
I don't know, because Houston.
You're not getting
like Adrian Peterson's from Houston, like it's like stuff like that.
Yeah, but then you got you got Pat Mahomes from.
He's not from Dallas. He's from like Tyler.
I said like the area that's like not Houston. Anything that's above Houston, I just consider it like the North, like not El Paso. Like you don't see, you don't really see like. I think if Houston like they some hoopers. You get your basketball from Houston for real.
I don't get that at all. I think the Northeast got basketball a lot. I don't think Houston got
the Northeast got.
Yes.
No, I'm talking about like out of. I'm not saying global, not from a nation wide, like specifically Texas.
Oh,
if you compare Texas talent, like most of your talent basketball wise is gonna come from Houston more than your football talent. Your football talent is gonna come from anywhere else that's in rural areas.
Regardless, Texas, amazing athletes. All the other states, nobody cares.
Yeah, and we got Jalen Hurts. Tush Push.
Hold that thought on Tush Push, too, because we're going to talk about that, too.
Oh, my God.
But Heisman Finalists were released, and we have Jaden McDaniels, quarterback for LSU, Michael Penix Jr., quarterback for Washington, that we just talked about, Marvin Harrison Jr., wide receiver for Ohio State, who's honestly probably the best player in the country, but he's a wide receiver, so you know how that go with awards. And then Bo Nix, quarterback for Oregon. Now, let me just tell you guys some of their stats so y'all can know how good these people are. Jaden Daniels, he had an insane season. He threw for 40 touchdowns. He ran for 10 more. He only had 4 picks. He threw for 3,800 yards, completed 72% of his passes. So going crazy. Michael Penix, he threw for 4,200 yards, had 33 touchdowns. He only had 9 picks. We're not going to talk about his rushing yards because he's not really running like that. And it's not like that for real. We have Marvin Harrison Jr., who's 67 receptions for 1,200 yards and 14 touchdowns, all while being double and triple covered. And then we have Bo Nix, who completed 77% of his passes, threw for 4,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, rushed for 220 yards, 6 touchdowns. I don't care because Bo Nix has been in college. Bo Nix has been in college since I've been in college. I think. I think I was still a student when Bo Nix was. I was still a student in college.
You were. I was too.
Yes, like Bo Nix has been in college for 7 years. I do not believe in Bo Nix because he was at Auburn and he was terrible at Auburn. Then he transferred to Oregon and everybody's like, "Oh, he's changed. He's good." No, he is not.
Yo, those are some fire stats.
No,
those are some fire stats.
Shut up, because I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it because I lost it. But there was a story I was reading and it was on Bo Nix and like it was comparing all the Heisman Trophy, not Heisman Trophy, but the Heisman finalists and where they get their yards. And I think it said, was it 70 or 60%? I'll just say over 60% of his passing yards were gained after the catch. So he would be all his play. He just throws short screens, and his athletes would take it to the house. That's not good quarterback play. He just had cold receivers because it's Oregon, bro. Bo Nix not good, bro.
Yeah,
He's Brock Purdy.
Hey, you see where he's leading in the MVP conversation?
And he shouldn't. Both them suck. Relatively speaking, they both suck. They're all good at football, but relatively they suck. Bo Nix, you're a fake Heisman finalist. I don't want to hear it. People need to stop gassing him up.
So he's a fraud.
He's a Mickey Mouse Heisman finalist.
Oh my God. Those are just some crazy stats, though. You know what I mean?
He's been in college for
kind of fire.
He's been in college for 7 years. Go get your CDL, Bo. He's been in college. You've been in college for 7 years. If you ain't been to the NFL by now, it's not finna work out. They finna see him and be like, oh my gosh, he's an old quarterback. He been in the league or he been in college football this long and he hasn't really improved like that for. I don't want to hear it, bro. Bo Nix, stop it.
I'm looking at his age in real time. In front of the audience. 23. He's 23. Wow.
It's not that bad.
Dang. Cause you know my logic. That means he still got a chance. He still got a chance.
No, but
his birthday's in February. What you mean?
Like you said, because you said what? I said 22, you know who you are. That's different. I said
24. I said 24. You are who you are.
I feel like it's different for the NFL because development is different. Because sometimes players won't
I will agree.
Yeah.
But still.
But it's not different in Bo Nix's case. Because you're still not good, Bo. We're watching you.
Now Bo's an outlier.
Yeah, Bo, go get a job.
I ain't gonna lie. This is the least.
Way too long. He played against Justin Herbert in college. Justin Herbert's been in the NFL for like 3 years. They came into college at the same time.
This was the least anticipated Heisman trophy presentation that we're probably going to have because nobody cares. When you said Jaden McDaniels, the first thing I said was who?
Jaden Daniels. See, you didn't even get his name right. That's how you know.
No, I understand that, but when you first said Jaden, you said Jaden McDaniels.
I said Jaden McDaniels?
You said Jaden McDaniels.
Oh, dang. I did read his name. I thought it was.
And I'm just like, nah. I was like, yeah, that's the dude that hoop at in the league.
That's the Timberwolves player.
They'll get in a fight with Klay Thompson. So I was just like, Jaden Daniels. It's like, yo, we about to have a Heisman Trophy person that we still can't figure out his name, and he don't dominate his school. It's still Angel Reese's school.
Well, we don't know who's going to win the Heisman, but I definitely think it's going to be Jaden Daniels because he was putting up crazy. Like, he was having like 8 touchdown games and all that, so he was going crazy.
This will be the first one where you can give it to anybody, and people will just shrug their shoulders.
Except
be like, oh, okay.
For Bo Nix.
That's only you. You the only outcry that would say something like that.
Yeah.
Nobody else would care if Bo Nix got the Heisman because quite literally, there's nobody like a Caleb Williams or a Shador Sanders or a Travis Hunter that people are really pulling for. We're not even gonna watch the president. We're not even gonna watch it on TV. I'm just gonna find out on my phone. The ESPN update's gonna update me. I'm not looking at this. I'm not wasting my time. Bring Manti Te'o back, bro. Bring back the real controversy when the Heisman was out. I miss those days.
What happened to fake girlfriends? What happened to that?
What happened to the catfishes? What happened to catfish for real, man? That was a crazy time. But yeah, like I said, it's probably gonna be Jaden Daniels, but at the end of the day, just like FSU, who cares?
Yeah.
Who really cares?
Like he's gonna be in the Heisman. He's gonna be in those Heisman House commercials. We're gonna be like, who is that?
Who?
Like that's.
But ready to learn Chinese, buddy.
Get ready to learn Canadian, buddy.
That's crazy.
But no, we gotta. Okay, so yeah, we talked about the Heisman. Nobody cares about that. Let's get into some real awards. We gotta talk about the NFL MVP. Because damn it, this conversation is disgusting around the MVP race because y'all, and by y'all I mean everybody else, like y'all just hate. Y'all are just haters. Y'all are just haters.
Yes,
they don't
absolutely.
like. Y'all don't want a non-quarterback to win. I don't know why. Y'all don't want Dak Prescott to win. I don't know, or I do know why, because y'all are just everybody hates the Cowboys. Y'all are bro. It just upsets me.
Now look here. Now the reason why we even brought this up as a topic, because we've talked about mid-season awards before, probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago, before like Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
We had who did we have? We had a few people that we thought about, but when it dropped today, once the 49ers beat the Eagles, that it had Brock Purdy leading the MVP vote conversation, MVP odds. I think it was Brock Purdy, and then Jalen Hurts and Dak Prescott were tied for second, and then probably Pat Mahomes and Lamar Jackson. It was one of those things. It was interchangeable. And right then and there, that's when I was just like, it's getting disrespectful. It's getting extremely disrespectful. Nothing against Brock Purdy, because literally, I needed the 49ers to win. I needed them. So it's nothing against him. He don't even be talking for real. But the fact, my first thing is the fact that Tyreek Hill is nowhere to be found on this list. Oh, I did see Tua on this list. But the fact that Tyreek Hill is nowhere to be found on this list, I think is severely criminal. Even if he's number 5, put him somewhere on this graphic. Brock Purdy being number 1 is insanity. I don't know why people hate Dak Prescott this year. And I was slow to just straight defend him, because I know how it is to be I don't know how it is, but like as a Cowboys fan, I understand that Cowboys quarterbacks are just not liked individuals at all. But I'm looking at people in real time, like, give Dak Prescott no credit for anything. Either it's he can't do this in the playoffs, or it'll be like if he wins, man, Michael Parsons went crazy. Brent Bland went crazy. CD, one of the best wide receivers in the league. When they lose, it's Dak. He's ass. He's a bum.
Even if the defense ended up giving up all the points, like, oh, Dak, he sucked. Oh, Dak's fault. He didn't do enough. And it's like,
he didn't do enough. I'm like, bro, can you give him any credit? Or he's like, oh, he's playing sorry teams. He hasn't played the team above 500.
He don't make the schedule.
Then he plays the Seahawks, and it's a shootout game, and it's still, well, it's the Seahawks. I'm like, bro, you had DK Metcalf doing sign language, talking about standing on business across our defense, have 3 touchdowns, and we out here talking about that, that can't rise to the occasion. I mean, look, this is just crazy. Same for Jalen Hurts. I will say this for Jalen Hurts. He's another person that people just don't want to give credit to a lot.
That's true.
And I get that he has a lot of weapons. His weapons is not as detail oriented like or he has probably more weapons than Dallas, but the margin's not that big. It's not that big, but like, Jalen Hurts is a winner. He gonna find a way to win. He gonna figure a way out. And I don't think he gets his respect. I don't think Tyreek gets his respect. Low key, I don't think CJ like for the quarterbacks that are in there, CJ Stroud could have been in that conversation.
Is he not in the? Is he in the odds? Like in the top 5 or?
He wasn't in the graphic. No, I think it was two. It was two. Yeah, it was Brock Purdy, Dak, Jalen, Tua, Lamar, and Pat Mahomes.
Okay.
Those were like the things in the graphic, and CJ Stroud was nowhere to be found. Well, I'm just like, yo, if CJ Stroud just so happens to win out, that's 12-5. That is a 12-5 record, and they would win their division because the Jags just lost. I mean, they're losing a lot of things right now, but we'll talk about it later. But like, it go ahead, Jax. I feel like I've said enough, but it's just like, yo, it's disrespectful how the narrative has been for this. And granted, there hasn't been a runaway person, which is probably adding to this. But I don't know.
I think that's where you're wrong because I 100 million% believe that the runaway for the MVP, like it should be Tyreek Hill. Like no ifs,
for sure, yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts. And I just like if there has ever been a year to give the award to a non-quarterback, it's this year because like you have the usual suspects. I disagree for MVP. Like coming into the season, like everybody's like, "Oh, MVP is going to be between Mahomes, Josh Allen, Herbert, maybe Lamar, Joe Burrow." It was Aaron Rodgers. Even like those were like the names that were floating around for MVP, and none of them have played up to snuff. Like Mahomes is still Mahomes, but he hasn't had a good season because his team is just bad. Unfortunately, Lamar, he's been playing great. He just doesn't put up numbers because like. He don't need to. Like, he's a very efficient player. Like, he'll get 3 touchdowns, but only throw for, like, 180 yards. So, and then Josh Allen is – I don't even know. Josh Allen is an enigma, so he can't do MVP. And Justin Herbert, he's just not good. So, I just think Tyreek, he's a runaway favorite because the way he's transformed that Dolphins offense, he's made Tua look so much better. Also –
Absolutely.
And, like, he made Tua look better, and Tyreek, he's made Tua look better, and like his explosive plays have opened up literally that entire offense. Like, yes, I understand that Jalen Waddle's fast, but even when I think Tyreek has missed, he's missed some time. I think he might have missed 1 game full, but he's been in and out of some games, like. Miss a quarter or 2 and come back. But like the offense, just without Tyreek, it looks different. Even like they have other fast players like Waddle, Mostert, A-Chain or I'm not sure how to pronounce his name.
A-Chain, yeah.
But yeah, he just transformed the offense completely. And I think he sort of transformed like the attitude of that team as well. Like they're just playing at a completely different level. And I think it starts with him. It starts and ends with him. And without him, the Dolphins wouldn't have. I think they're 9-3. I think they're 9-3. Without him, they wouldn't have this record. So I just really think it should be Tyreek. And he's on pace for 2,000 yards. It's never been done in NFL history. 2,000 yards from a receiver. So I think Tyreek, he should win the MVP.
Tyreek should win the MVP. If everything was fair in America, it would be one of those things. It would definitely be like he's the runaway person. When I think of Tyreek Hill, I think of seasons like J.J. Watt in 2011 or 2014. I forgot one of them.
When he was going absolutely insane and sacking everybody, catching touchdowns, just doing all
that. Yeah, I think of that. I think of Adrian Peterson when he came off that ACL injury. He was going crazy.
2,000 yards off an ACL injury.
And was trucking people. I'm like, yo, this is...
And, like, he recovered from that ACL injury in, like, 6 months. Because, like, he got hurt in, like, the playoffs and came back to start the season.
It was bad. Like, that's... First of all, that's the greatest running back of all time, I think. At this point. It's just... like, as a talent.
I don't think I can disagree.
I can't. Like, I don't care about the accolades. Like, as a running back... He's like my number 1 option. That was crazy, but I grew up on him. But, yo, it's just Tyreek Hill is supposed to win. And on top of that, he's a great Samaritan. Not a good Samaritan, a great Samaritan.
Inside, yeah. Let's rephrase it. When Tyreek is inside the football stadium playing games, he's a good Samaritan.
When he put that helmet on,
he's a good Samaritan. When he takes the helmet off, I don't know. I don't know.
You heard about that man that lost his job as an NFL not photographer, but like he was working for the NFL.
Yeah.
And he got fired because Tyreek Hill grabbed his phone and did the backflip thing. He did the backflip thing on his social media phone, and he got hype about it, and he like jumped up with him.
Yeah.
And he grabbed the phone and he like jogged back so he can do whatever. And NFL and all these platforms, they use that footage anyway. But he got fired. He got fired from his job, or he got suspended for the rest of the season because he showed a little bit of emotion.
That's
for that.
Firing him for that is crazy, especially because I used that video. That's crazy.
They used his video, and no, first of all, Tyreek Hill was not even supposed to grab his phone. Like that, you're not supposed to touch the shit anyway. But it's just kind of like, it's almost like he got in trouble for allowing him to grab the phone, and then he showed emotion because he was hyped that he did a whole backflip on the footage.
It's the no fun league, bro. It's the no fun league.
It's a no fun league. But as him being a great Samaritan, he has been paying this man, like he's paying him like the remainder of his salary, whatever he would be making, whatever his salary would be. Apparently they've had a connection before he.
Yeah, I think he used to work at like his photographer or something before he got out with the NFL. Yeah,
because he works. He's a student at the University of Miami. They reached out before. He's gotten a couple more clients since then, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody crazy like Trent Williams or something. But neither here nor there. He's the face. He's the face of the Dolphins. We were having conversations on if Tua was going to be a bust before Tyreek came. Is Tua, is he going to be an elite quarterback? Is he going to be bad? Is he going to be good? Like, we were having real conversations with that for Tua. And Tyreek changed that whole trajectory.
It's the Stephon Diggs effect. When Stephon went to Josh Allen became good. So it's the same thing, except this time Tua is not Josh Allen. Praise God.
Praise God, but God damn.
But honestly, if you're not gonna give it to Tyreek, you have to give it to Dak Prescott. And I'm not even saying that as a Cowboys fan. But I know, I don't think that he should win the MVP if they're going to give it to a quarterback, but I don't think he will because in that Seahawks game, he threw the best pass I've ever seen in my life. He threw, I don't even want to call it a dime. It was like he threw a diamond to see a perfectly covered CD. Yes. CeeDee Lamb had 3 people on him. It was a terrible decision to throw that ball. It was like everybody played perfect coverage. Dak Prescott threw a diamond to CeeDee Lamb. It went around all 3 defenders and hit CD in the hands in the end zone, and then CD dropped it. And people were blaming Dak for that. Like, so that's when I knew. That's when I knew everybody was just haters. That's when I knew people were just haters. Because that was the best play I ever seen. That was the best throw I ever seen. I
know exactly which one. I knew exactly what you was talking about because I remember that one. I was like, yo, had he just caught that would have been a crazy dot.
Cause like watching it real time when he threw it, I was like, why did you throw that? That should have been a pick. And then seeing the slow motion replay, I was like, this is the most accurate pass I've ever seen. Like,
he put it in a spot that only CD could catch. And I'm just like, he's phenomenal. This is the best version of Dak Prescott I've seen.
Yeah.
Like, legitly. And he's not throwing picks. He just had he had like them 3 picks in that 149ers game. But look, everybody has a bad game. It's the NFL, but
yeah,
man, that's why I'm looking forward to the back half of his season because he's playing a lot of heavy hitters, and I'm glad we lost to the 49ers early. I'm glad we lost him because when we see him again, I think we're gonna be solid. We're gonna be great. It's not gonna go out like that. I'm praying too. I'm praying.
But all that starts with the Eagles game that's upcoming, and we'll get into that a little bit later, like the Eagles and Cowboys game a little bit later, but. Yeah. Since I brought up the Eagles, we have to talk about their infamous play that they love to do called the Tush Push or the brotherly shove or I don't even know. But it's when Jalen Hurts, he lines up under center. He has two people behind him, literally pushing him to get yards. It's a very weird. It looks like a rugby scrum. It's a very weird play to watch, but it's incredibly effective because they convert it on like 4th and 1 or whenever they need one or 2 yards. They convert that every single time, or not every single time. They convert it at an 82% rate, which is the highest in the NFL.
Yeah.
And Roger Goodell, it's rumored that he wants to ban it, and a lot of people actually hate the play. I don't hate the play. Do you hate the play, Greg?
I just find it boring. I find it very I didn't have a problem with the play until I started seeing who they started comparing Jalen Hurts to when it came to like things that he was beating, or like he was beating these rushing touchdowns. When he started putting Cam Newton in there, and I literally see him the shit Cam Newton had to go through to go get a touchdown because his receivers just could not catch a ball. Like, it was crazy. It was crazy seeing somebody that big and tall move like that. He had earned it. And I'm just looking at this tush push. I'm just like, I never really had a problem with it, but I'm just like, Jay, come on, yo. Like, and you a Houston guy, so come on, bro.
I didn't have a problem with, like, I don't think it should be banned because I think people are just mad that the Eagles are so good at it. But the only thing that just pisses me off about it is like what you said, like Jalen Hurts is getting all these easy rushing touchdowns. People are like, oh, he's having a great rushing season. And it's just like, no, I've seen Cam Newton. I've seen Lamar Jackson. I've seen Michael Vick. I've seen people who doing real. And Jalen Hurts, he can run the football like them too.
He was doing it last season.
He was doing it last season. Yeah. But then they just realized the tush push works and started spamming it. And I'm just like, man, he's gonna break rushing. He's gonna break rushing records for quarterbacks, and it's gonna piss me off. Because imagine if Cam Newton did that. Like,
he would get in every time.
Literally, he don't even. Cam Newton
who's a stronger quarterback? Cam or Jalen? Like strength wise, because I feel like that's not as easy as people think it is.
I think
strong.
I think I'd lean towards Jalen because like he's like a legitimate power lifter. Like I don't know what Cam benches and all that stuff. Like, but there's videos of Jalen Hurts like repping 600 pounds on squat. Like he's a literal power lifter. So I think he could be stronger.
I think Cam is just a country strong dude.
Yeah, Cam Newton, he's gonna be strong no matter what. Honestly, because he's
so damn big.
It's just genetics.
Genetically, that's crazy. Like just seeing him in a blank college uniform is crazy. I looked that up. I was like, there is no reason this man belonged in Brenham at all. Yeah. That was crazy. But yeah, like I said, I never really had a problem with the tush push per se until we started having these conversations. And then from a fantasy perspective, I was very mad at myself that I didn't draft him. Because I had him last year, and you did well. And my thought process was, I only got you because Lamar got taken. So I grabbed Lamar, and Lamar want to be a real QB. He want to be Mr. I throw dots. And it's just not working for me, yo. I should have just drafted Jalen Hurts. Because he out here balling outside of Josh Allen putting up great numbers. I think Jalen Hurts probably like the second statistically from a fantasy. Like, he gives you the most points out of all the quarterbacks, I think, with that damn tush push.
It's basically automatic.
I'm a little upset. I was overthinking.
But now we talked about football. We got that out the way. But let's transition to the NBA. Because apparently an argument, a scuffle, I don't even know. I was trying to think of another word. I can't think of it. But a fracas happened. A kerfuffle. Yeah. Now on Saturday, the Los Angeles Lakers played and won. They beat the Houston Rockets 107-97. But during that game, like it was some real old man beef occurred between LeBron James, who is a real old man, and Rockets head coach Ime Udoka, who's really like LeBron James' peer. I feel like Ime is only like a couple years older than LeBron.
Yeah,
but
nothing too crazy.
It was when was it? I believe it was the fourth quarter with 8:35 left in the fourth quarter. LeBron and Ime, they were on the sideline, sort of, jawing at each other as people sometimes do. And Ime just so happened to call LeBron bitch. He called him the B word. And to that, LeBron, huh?
He ain't even call him that.
That's what LeBron said.
I know. I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish. But
okay, he called LeBron the B word, and LeBron was like, "Hey, what's that B word? We all grown men here. What's that B word?" To which Ime Udoka replied, "Shut up, soft ass boy." And then the ref heard this, teed up Ime, and ejected Ime from the game. And then the Rockets ended up losing because their head coach was ejected for insulting LeBron James. And now, personally, I find that absolutely hilarious. But Greg thinks it's an overreaction. And I mean, maybe, but like the jokes make it better. So I don't know.
Oh no. Don't misconstrue. It's definitely hilarious. I definitely laugh. And look, at the end of the day, he comes from the Greg Popovich tree. You know how Greg give it up. He'll argue with somebody just to get thrown out, to rile up his troops, just to be like, I'm not with this. But let's really break it down, because I was watching this because you know me,
reviewing game film.
I watch all 82. I watch all 82 of them things. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I had a whole another game that I was working on. Had that one to the side. But yeah, this all started with Tari Eason and Cam Reddish. This is how it all started. Tari Eason was at the free throw line. He was literally just standing there. Cam Reddish just didn't know where he was going and just bumped chest to chest to Tari and just continued to like walk through Tari Eason. Tari Eason was like, damn, like you good, bro? Like, and then Cam Reddish was just on some, man, shut up, bitch. Like, you just like on some shut up, bitch, and just kept walking. And then that's when Tari was like, all right, yo, like, that's crazy. That's crazy. So Tari tried to like roll up on him, and Cam Reddish, who has been on some weird shit. He been on some Pat Bev kind of vibe. Not like all the way, but just kind of like, it seems like he's trying to carve out a role. Like, I know I'm not going to be an NBA superstar, so let me get to like my grind and grit. I'm just like, okay, this is some different energy from Cam. I'm not used to this kind of Cam. And Ime was just kind of on some, hey yo, stop crying, stop all this crying. Y'all out here crying like bitches. Y'all out here crying, stop crying like some bitches, yo. That's what he said. Stop crying and stop acting like some bitches. He ain't called nobody a bitch. He ain't say, hey, LeBron, you a bitch. He ain't say, Cam Reddish, you's a bitch.
If somebody say, stop acting like bitches.
Stop acting like some bitches.
Talking to you, that means...
First and foremost, they was out here, when they was out here crying about these fouls, first of all, it was true. First of all, let's not get away from the first issue at hand. It was true. It was true. Y'all was crying and acting like some bitches. What y'all finna do? But when LeBron waddled down there like he does with his wide feet and was like, yo, stop using that. Hey, he used a little Kawhi thing. And then Ime was like, yo, soft ass boy, yo, you're not gonna do anything. LeBron, we all know you're not gonna do anything. I don't even know why LeBron decided to go up there.
Nobody in the NBA is gonna do anything. So that's not like.
Yeah. So the only overreaction that I had was with the ref. I'm like, bro, he said soft ass boy, and in such a monotone kind of way. He said that while scratching the back of his head. He ain't even like get mad or anything.
He said it like the way like you talking under your breath to like,
soft ass boy. What you not gonna do nothing, soft ass boy? Like, what are you doing?
And the ref was like the teacher that heard you and threw you out the classroom.
And it's just like, bro, like let us talk. And the only reason why he got ejected was because he already had a technical in the first half. So that was the second T. He got teed up. It wasn't like we getting you the fuck out of here. But it was all funny. And I appreciate, Ime trying to change the culture for the Houston Rockets. Because you know what somebody else would have did? Would have been smiling. Would have been smiling, clapping.
Bro, you just hate
Steven said, hey, no.
You hate Steven.
I don't. No, I don't. I'm just here acknowledging of change of culture. You know who he reminds me of?
Who?
And he reminds me of an NFL coach.
Oh, I know you're gonna
that
say.
used to be a coach.
I know you.
He reminds me of Jason Garrett. And now maybe you can kind of understand where I'm coming from when I say certain things and bring him up, because it's just their personalities feel the same to me.
And Jason
clapping and smiling, just ain't shit to be smiling about, buddy. We getting blown up by 30. Tighten up. Do something else. But that's all I really had for it. Nothing too crazy. I thought it was funny. Thought the memes was cool. In real time, I just wanted to know what Ime said at the time. But once I found out, I was like, oh, okay, bad. Because at first I'm like, oh, if you get tossed out the game, I was like, you must have said something to LeBron that was crazy. But like, it wasn't crazy. It wasn't crazy like that. So
Now to stay on basketball, we have to talk about the in-season tournament, because we haven't really we probably mentioned it when it first started, because the rules was mad confusing and all this other stuff, and we was like, oh, this is stupid. But as the season progresses, I did say it was stupid. It was me. I admit it. But as the season...
that was not a weak conversation. I ain't gonna hold you.
Shut up. As the season progresses, though, we see like, hey, these in-season games it's sort of looking competitive and cool and all that. But I don't know. Do you think the in-season tournament and like the level of competition and all that, you think it's because of the in-season tournament, or is it just like that's just the way we're viewing it? Because I honestly think these games would have been competitive regardless. Like, I think this is NBA players. They're competitive people. I think they would have went crazy regardless, even without the in-season tournament.
Went crazy. I can't go as far as to go crazy. I think that it's a small sample size for sure.
Exactly.
It's our first year, so I would like to see what things look like in January and February, just to see if there's a drop off in viewership, or if there's like how much has it been. But like in real time, it just seems like a lot of people care. Like not the the real audience, like not the casual viewer.
Yeah,
but like I think everybody's argument was like the incentives at the end wouldn't feel like it would be good enough for your superstars to be competitive and take this shit seriously. Mm-hmm. And it seems like they take this shit seriously. Even when it got to the point where like you have your last game before the knockout and you have people out here shooting threes, even though they've clearly won the game, but they got to win by a certain margin, by point differential. Like they really care to do this. And I think the in-season tournament has been a success. And I think when you have an 82 game season, when you have something that's in season, something in the winter, I think it just puts more emphasis and more importance on the regular season. And I think they did a good job with that. Look, as much shit as I be giving Adam Silver for being too transparent to the league, that's been my only criticism of Adam Silver. You be too transparent to be working for the corrupt organization that you work for. You got to be corrupt with it in order for it to be truly successful. But the things that he's implemented to still, that he's brought to basketball, like the end season, the play-in tournament. I mean, not the play-in, and even the NBA bubble, which some people just, forget that was good basketball. People were still hooping. You know what I mean? It wasn't the best. Yeah. It wasn't the best situation possible, but people was clamoring, "Yo, we miss sports," and then he brings back sports. Nah, stop it, bro. Stop having revisionist history. You was fucking with Jamal Murray, hooping the way he was hooping. Stop it, yo. But to get back to the in-season tournament, I think that it hurts a little. It doesn't hurt, but like you can see some fans that are really like, yeah, like as Boston Celtics fans, I saw some of them that was just like, yeah, like this would have been just a regular game playing against the Pacers, but because it had some meaning to it, I don't know. The loss kind of hurt knowing that they weren't going to Las Vegas for real. Like, yeah, we move and it's not the end of the world, but like there was a little bit more excitement into these regular season games. It felt like the excitement that I had seeing Christmas Day games. That's the excitement I kind of had of like, okay, there's sports here. It's a good matchup. So,
what are some of the biggest takeaways you've seen from the in-season tournament? Like, do you think? Because I've seen like Tyrese Halliburton, he's going. I don't know what he's like.
God, he's going berserk.
There's like a hoodie Mello, a playoff P, a tournament Tyrese. Like he's going crazy.
A tournament Tyrese. I think it's the first time I've heard something like that. Tournament Tyrese is crazy.
All right,
yeah,
copyright that. If you use it, you got to pay me.
On God. Yeah, Tyrese has been going crazy. I like seeing teams like the Pacers get fast. I was excited for like when I first saw the in-season tournament, I was like, yo, I don't really care about the big teams because I was excited for like my Houston Rockets to at least, play some kind of competitive game that season because I didn't know how competitive we were going to be or if we was even going to make the playoffs or the play-in moving forward. So this was something that I was like, okay, this gives them like a playoff kind of feeling. But look, I don't care what it is. They just got to change the courts up. The courts are ass. I don't like the courts.
Some court, like the Timberwolves court, that court is good. Some courts are good, but a lot of them, like the Warriors court, that is ugly.
Ugly. I don't like the Rockets. I don't like the Rockets court. I don't like any of the red courts actually.
If it had like a super dark color, like a red or blue, like the Raptors court, that sucks too. Like the super dark courts, it's hard to see the ball. It's weird too.
Yeah, but yeah, at that point, I'm just nitpicking about it. But it's just kind of like, I guess my only reaction to this was just like, yo, like, and this was my question I was going to have for you when it came to the in-season tournament. The fact that this in-season tournament was somewhat of a success, and it's still like they're about to go to Las Vegas or something. What can they do to implement this for All-Star? Like, to have that same kind of excitement for All-Star, because All-Star has been dead for at least since 20. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm glad you said that because I could take original credit for this idea, but I'm not going to. I saw it on Twitter and it made amazing sense to me. They just need. I think the winner of the All-Star game, they get money, right?
I think so.
Or like they might go to a charity or something like that. But what they need to do is get all that money in cash, put it in a duffel bag right in the center by the scorer's table, and be like, "Hey, this is what you guys get if you win," and just tell them to play. It'll get wicked over there. It'll get hectic. If they see like $500,000 in cash on the table, and it'll be All-Star weekend, $500,000 in cash, all the baddies courtside, it's gonna get wicked. It's gonna be some real hoop. It's gonna be some hard fouls. It's gonna be some fights. Even though it's the All-Star game, like it's real basketball. That's what we need.
Real basketball. Now look, we've been having this problem specifically with the All-Star game for years. But they took a break in that 2020 season when Kobe died. All of a sudden, everybody wanted to play hard for that one Kobe year. They was in Chicago and they was playing crazy for like that 1 year, and that's when they implemented that 24 rule or something, or 27.
The Elam ending or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they should do that. That was a good concept, but you just got to expand on that. I'm talking about for All-Star weekend. That they got to revise a lot of things, like get rid of that skills challenge. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Get rid of that.
It used to be cool. Now it's not cool no more.
Yeah, get rid of that. Nobody cares. Revise that celebrity game. Revise that celebrity basketball game. Real celebrities.
I'm not gonna. They need to put some rappers in there. They don't ever want to put some of the rappers can actually hoop, bro. But
bro, this is what you got to do. You got to put in celebrities that can actually hoop. So like, if you're an A-list celebrity, you can get in there even if you can't hoop. but put some B-list and C-list celebrities that can really hoop. I'm tired of seeing somebody that was on a Netflix show
Bro.
2 years ago. I don't know who this motherfucker is. I don't care. Who is him? But if she can ball or he can ball, okay.
Like,
You got me.
I know Chris Brown is a criminal, but he can hoop. He should have been in a celebrity game.
He's
I know the
blood.
game, huh?
He is a blood. He's a 30-plus-year-old man still claiming power rule. This is crazy.
He can hoop.
Yeah, I know he can hoop. Get him out, please.
And I know that the game, he the same way too. He can hoop too. He need to be in the All-Star. There's no reason 2 Chainz ain't been in the All-Star game. He was an actual.
He ain't never been.
I don't think so. He's an actual basketball. Like, he for real played basketball. Like,
Shit been diluted with Kevin Hart for so long. I kind of forgot who. If I see Jack Harlow one more time, it's.
they want Quavo to be the only rapper that the NBA is cool with, because they put Quavo on everything. Like, we get it, but it's some more hoopers.
They got to put some more like basketball creators, like what's that dude's name? Not B Dot. There's
Lethal
like
Shooter,
like Lethal Shooter, or a few of them white kids that they be having on there that look like Mac McClung. But yeah, they got to do that. The 3-point contest, that's always going to be the same.
That's a hit all the time.
Slam dunk contest, I think that they need to implement bringing just the best dunkers.
I don't think so.
Just bring the best dunkers and compete with like some of these high flying NBA players, because these NBA players, they be so embarrassed. They be, you know what I mean? Look, it was embarrassing seeing Jalen Green out there trying to do the dunk contest.
He just got tired. That's why he couldn't do it. He just got tired because he was trying too hard.
Bro, if you take this chain off, bro, I'm tired of this. Kenyon Martin too. KJ, I'm like, bro, this is embarrassing, yo. Get us off of here, yo. It hasn't been the same. I don't care, but I don't know.
But wrapping up this podcast, we got to get into some picks for this week. So starting with our Thursday night game, we have the Patriots versus the Steelers. Who are you taking?
I'm respectfully taking the Steelers.
Okay, the Patriots are 2-10. The Steelers, even though Kenny Pickett's hurt, Kenny Pickett's not good. So maybe it's good for the Steelers. So I'm also picking the Steelers.
Oh my God.
For our Sunday night game, we have
the main event.
The game of the year, the game of the season.
Oh God.
We have the Eagles versus the Cowboys.
This makes me upset, bro.
Why?
I'm so upset. Every time I see this, bro, it makes me upset because we lost to the Cardinals. We lost to the Cardinals, yo. We would be in so much better shape. But I'm gonna pick the Cowboys.
Yeah, I have to go. I would have picked the Cowboys regardless, but it's also the NFC East, and like the division winner changes every single year. So Philly won last year. Dallas needs to win this game if they're going to be the division leader this year. So I think Dallas is going to win just because that's just what happens.
Absolutely.
Even though Mike McCarthy, I think he had like his appendix burst or something, so he's having surgery right now.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so they say he should be ready or he should be back in time to coach the game. So hopefully he is. We'll see.
Wow.
You didn't hear about that?
No, I didn't. I've been so out of touch with that. We got 2 Monday night games. I didn't know that.
At the same time. All right.
Like legitly tipping off at the same time.
All right. We have
that's crazy.
Our first Monday night matchup, the Packers at the Giants. Who are you
taking? It's Packers respectfully. Packers respectfully. And shout out to that boy Christian Watson.
Yeah, we've been saying whatever. I'm also picking the Packers just because I'll never pick the New York Giants.
Yeah, you never will. That's crazy.
And then our next game,
4 games.
I have no idea when they won that many games. I did not know they had 4 wins.
I'm like, when they get these 4 wins from?
I don't know.
That's crazy. I saw that 4 and 8. I saw that 4 and 8. I was like, wait.
I thought they only had 2. I was like, what? Okay.
probably be the Commanders twice or something. Who knows?
Honestly, I think you might be right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But our next Monday night game is going to be the Titans at the Dolphins.
Yeah,
who are you taking?
I'm sorry. We just going to have the same picks at this point, yo. It's the Dolphins, yo. It's the Dolphins. I'm sorry.
I obviously agree with Greg. But now Respectfully, yeah. Two good teams that can play good football. It's going to be a hard-fought game, but we both agree that the Dolphins are going to come out on top. Respectfully.
I agree.
Now let's get into our locks of the week. Who do you have? Who is your lock, Greg?
My lock of the week. My lock of the week will be. 49ers. 49ers versus Seahawks.
Okay.
I have them as my lock.
I like that. My lock will be the Houston Texans over the New York Jets.
That was really gonna be mine, but I was like, nah.
I feel like it's a lot of trash games this week, honestly. So,
and then my upset, I have Broncos over Chargers. Thought I'd never say it.
Bro.
I got the Broncos, man. Damn.
My upset will be. I'm going with I'm going with the Bears over the Lions.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah, I think.
Hey, that's a good one.
I think it could happen. I honestly think that could happen.
Oh, I believe it. Are they in the same division?
Yeah, the same. It's gonna be tough.
Yeah, it's a division game. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one anyway. Yeah. That's locked up.
Now we got to get into some hot takes for the week, Greg. What is your hot take?
Man, I had so many hot takes that happened throughout this pod, but I'm gonna just keep it to my original one. My hot take is there are way too many bowl games.
Speak on it.
A bowl game used to be a reward. It used to be a reward. This used to be like you had a good season, you go to a bowl game. Jax, do you understand that over the past 10 years, they've added an additional 30 bowl games? Like 30 different bowls? Like, I'm used to like Orange Bowl, Sugar Bowl, Tostitos, Fiesta Bowl.
Tostitos Fiesta Bowl.
That one. Rose Bowl. You know what I mean? Like, I'm used to those heavy hitters.
Yeah.
And then I got to my campus, and we were cool. We went to the Peach Bowl, but then we started going to the Armed Forces Bowl. We went to some other bowl games. Shout out to the troops. Don't shoot me. Stop it. But like, I'm looking at some of these bowls. I'm looking at like, Technical Tech versus Alabama, and they going to the ITT Tech Bowl. Like, it's just like, bro, why are there so many bowls, and why is 6-1 games? Winning 6 games just make you bowl eligible. I know that there's too much money to be made, but there used to be like a sense of like, oh, we made a bowl game. Now you go to anybody's random coach's office, and they got these big ass trophies off of some 5-win seasons, some 6-win seasons.
Now, Greg,
like, you trash.
Can I read you some of the names of these bowl games?
Yes. Oh, go ahead. I want you to.
Let's see. There's the Cricket Celebration Bowl.
Yes.
The Avocados from Mexico Cure Bowl.
Yes.
The Radiance Technologies Independence Bowl.
That's where I got my Technical Tech from. I actually saw that bowl. I actually was that's the one that got me riled up.
My favorite bowl, the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl.
Boca Raton is crazy. And you're not even going to play there.
What the hell are we doing, guys? What are we doing?
That's what I'm saying. A bowl game used to mean something, bro. It literally used to mean something.
What happened to the game I love?
What happened to the bowl I love?
There's a Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Yes.
A guaranteed rate bowl. What does that mean? What rate are you guaranteeing? There's a Wasabi Bowl. A Bad Boy Mowers Pinstripe Bowl. Diddy should not be anywhere near this. There's a Pop-Tarts Bowl.
Is Chipotle on here?
I don't know. There's a Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. I don't think Chipotle's on here. I haven't seen him.
They make real life bowls. Why do they not have a bowl game?
They're not thinking what they're not.
Oh my God. No, they're not trying to get their money up for real. You make real bowls in real life, and you don't have a bowl game? Oh,
They're not about it
my
for real.
God, they not about it for real. What happened to the game I love, bro? That's been my hot take. for the love of the game, y'all gotta chill out with these bowls. Yeah, that's all I had for my hot take. Something light going into the bowl season. It's just like people with losing records. There's more teams in bowl games with losing records than there are with winning records, because all you need is 6 to get in. Unless you trash like Sam Houston State, like
Colorado,
or yeah, like Colorado, or University of Houston, or whatever team you are. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, go ahead, Jax, because it's finna make me upset again, yo. This is insane. What happened to the USC versus UT Rose Bowl, and people was excited to hold the trophy up and the confetti to be there. Crazy.
10-year-old me would never believe that college football has turned into this. But
can't even blame NIL for this. It's crazy.
I'll find a way. Don't you worry. I'll find a way. But my hot take, I'll be honest, I don't even know if I've said this already. But I'm going to say it, even if I have said, I don't think I said it already. But still.
I don't think you have.
You don't even know my hot take.
Most of the time, I know you. We locked in. We locked in.
Shut up. Anyways, my hot take, I think fantasy football is ruining sports discourse. I just see so many people talk about fantasy football, and like they be treating these players like they're not real people. And I just be like, dang.
Ooh.
Like, and this has nothing to do with the fact that I'm number one in our fantasy league and I have the bye week in the play. It has nothing to do with that. I don't even bring that up, honestly.
Cold take.
But I just,
I'm never listening to no nigga that's number one in the motherfucking league that I'm currently in talking about how it's changing the perception.
I said I wouldn't even bring it up. I said
you
I wouldn't
brought
even
it
bring
up.
it up. What do you mean? I didn't.
You brought it up. You said I don't even bring it up. You just brought it up though.
Semantics,
bro. This is crazy. Look. Hey, niggas don't want to say. Hey, niggas don't want to talk about who number 2 though.
Bro, watch us end up playing in the championship.
I told him, bro. I was like, hey, yo,
bro, I'm gonna be so sick. I'm gonna be like, really,
the Super Bowl
really?
run. The Super Bowl runs through Play for Keeps. I said that verbatim. Somebody from Play for Keeps gonna win this, huh?
I'm just be like, of course I have to play against this nigga, bro. Of course.
You better hope Tyreek have a career night. That's all I gotta tell you, buddy.
That's literally all I've been doing. Like, I don't be changing my life. I just be like, hey man, I hope Tyreek plays a good game, and he be doing it. So
look, let me tell you, the way Chuba Hubbard been backpacking, Lord, for no reason. I'm like, hold on. Let me start putting you at the flex. Hold on. Hold on.
Oh, man.
But yeah, man. Look, I'm gonna see you in the championship, y'all. I'm standing on business, yo.
All right. Meet me in the championship, man. Watch us both lose in the first round. I'll be so sick.
You can. You got a bye week.
Fair enough.
Look, man. I'm just glad I'm not in the toilet bowl this year, man. I'm glad I'm not in the losing bracket. That's all I had to say.
So, man, another amazing episode.
But,
you got any last words for the people, Greg?
Drink some water. Take your vitamin D. It's an amazing time to think about Christmas. So go pop you in a Christmas movie. Go eat some popcorn. Go to the movies. Go do something. Go see lights. But I went this whole podcast without using the N-word.
When we started getting to, I was like, let me think. I was like, okay, yeah, he's not trying to say.
Yeah, niggas. Yeah. Bitch ass niggas. We at the end now. I know the retention rate now. Y'all niggas have already clicked off by now. Yeah, niggas. Y'all don't go start to finish. But had to get those in on. This will not be a regular occurrence. I just wanted to see if I wanted to do it.
And at least you could do it. Praise God. But
hey, praise God. Like
I said, another amazing episode. Make sure y'all check y'all tire pressures. Getting cold, they be getting lower and stuff because it's cold. Think about it. You feel me? And hey, want to change your life? Go do some life changing shit. And we'll talk to y'all niggas next week.